Hey, welcome to the Keto Mom page. It is time for your 2 o'clock tasting and a keto tip. All right, we're gonna dive in. Why? Because I'm about to head out the door. We have volleyball and horse and all fun things this evening. So, as you're tuning in, where are you tuning in from? And what did you have for lunch? What did we have for lunch? Girls had some spaghetti, salad, nothing fancy. All right, so we're gonna talk about water intake, and I'm going to shake up my ketones because I need some ketones this afternoon. Shaking up blueberry acai. I'm pretty sure I've shaken up this one before. It is one of my favorites. I'm pretty sure I say that about everyone. But as I'm shaking this up, and as you're letting me know where you're tuning in from, I have a question for you. Do you feel like you drink enough water? We're gonna talk about water intake today. So that's your keto tip. Do you drink enough water? And if you do, good for you. And if you don't, which most people seem to not, I'm gonna give you a couple tips on how to make sure you drink enough water or how to make sure you get your water intake in. So I'm shaking up my mom fuel. For those of you who have never tuned in, maybe you're brand new, I'd love for you to post new below if you're brand new. I'd love to get to know you. I have been on this, my family, my husband, and our whole family have been on this journey, and we've been sharing on this page for 6.5 years. And so it's just been a learn as we go. We share everything that we learn with you, whether it's recipes or tips or tricks or how to make this a lifestyle, right? Not a strict ketogenic diet, but a lifestyle that you can sustain long term. That is the goal. And so for me, I drink a packet or 2 of ketones a day. I call it my mom fuel. I put it in some water. If you want, you can do twice as much water to make it less sweet, less water, more sweet. I shake it up, I drink it under an hour. I've got ketones in my system. It is incredible. It is a tool. So it helps me with my energy for sure. I do have 4 dogs too, so it's almost like we have 8 kids, but 4 daughters and 4 dogs. The dogs are not my choice. It does not mean that I don't love dogs, but that's what I think. Hey, will you grab your dogs, please? Anyways, I love the product. It is a tool. If you want to know more, post 5 in the comments and I would love to help. So the tip of the day today is water. How much water do you drink? And the experts would say, who are the experts, right? Who are they really? I often, when somebody tells me something, they'll be like, well, they say, I always say, who's they? Like, who? One person? Was there really a study done? Is it just somebody that you saw on Instagram? Who are they? Studies show, I love this one, by the way. Studies show that you should be drinking about half your body weight in ounces of water. So when somebody comes to me and they say, listen, I've started this lifestyle and I have headaches or I don't feel quite right or I'm, right? My first question is, how much water are you drinking? Because it's easy to get dehydrated, especially when you're doing keto or low carb, because your body is flushing out your electrolytes and it's easy to get dehydrated. So especially in the summer and in the heat, but even going into the wintertime. And if you work out, right? So about half your body weight in ounces of water. And so you might not always meet the halfway mark, but at least you're drinking some water. Some people go all day and I'll be like, how much water have you drank? And they'll be like, none. Does the water in my coffee count? Does the water in my ketones count? And I'm like, no, you need to drink some water. And so here's a couple tips to help you get your water intake in. I love to drink out of a straw. So my first tip is I can drink a ton of water throughout the day. And if you looked around my house right now, I see 4, 5, there's at least 5 cups just sitting out with water. My kids drink them. There's always cups and shaker bottles all over my house with water in them. And so I love to drink out of a straw. This helps me drink a lot of water. Number 2, figure out how many cups that you need and put rubber bands on your cup. So every time you fill it up, you take one off. So hopefully by the end of the day, every time you fill it up, you will have 0 rubber bands left. Or even if you have, don't beat yourself up if you have 1 or 2 left, but the point is to help you drink more water. So the tip is, put the amount of rubber bands on that you need. Take one off every time you fill it up. It's just gonna give you a good little reminder of like, drink your water. So straw, rubber bands, and my last tip for you is set a reminder in your phone. I have lots of alarm clocks that go off all day long that remind me to message certain people, obviously to get up in the morning, to work out. I have alarm clocks to tell me when I get my kids up, to do my lives, everything. I mean, I have so many alarm clocks, and at night I just turn all the alarm clocks on that have to do with my next day. And so if you don't drink a lot of water, I know it might sound silly, but have an alarm clock go off every 30 to 45 minutes that says, drink your water, stay hydrated, drink your water. A very easy, simple awareness is when you go to the bathroom. If you just take a sneak peek, when you are done, if it is very yellow, then you need to go drink some water. Sometimes a child forgets to flush in my home. And if I have to flush it, and if I notice that it's very yellow, I'm like, yo, who was in my bathroom? Who did not flush the toilet? And somebody needs to drink some water. So I know that sounds silly, but for real, take a sneak peek. If it's super yellow, you need some water, my friend. So that's your keto tip of the day. Half your body weight in ounces of water. I use a straw. Find your most favorite shaker bottle, something that you will enjoy drinking water. Oh, I actually have one more tip. Sometimes I will add electrolytes to my water. I drink electrolytes in general, but we have some yummy flavor packs. So you could, if you just want to split this up for a whole bunch of water bottles, just pour a little bit in it and you can flavor your water. Find a good water flavoring, right? Not something full of sugar, not Kool-Aid. I know some people go, I don't like water. Well, it tastes like nothing. So I don't know how you couldn't like it, but if you need to, flavor it with some electrolytes, or sometimes people use those little squirt things. Just make sure there's not a whole bunch of sugar in them. So I gave you a whole bunch of tips. What do you do to make sure you get your water in? And yeah, is that helpful? Let me know if that's helpful. Message me with any questions that you have. I'm always here to help every single day. I pop on. I wish it was always at 2 o'clock, but it's not. Just depends on when we're done with homeschooling and then right before we dive into life. Yes, make sure there's not aspartame or sucralose in them. This does not have any of that, but there are a lot of water enhancements, or a lot of things that flavor water that have a lot of junk in them. So be very aware of even just some lemon or some lime. You can put that in there too. So let me know if you have any questions. Make sure you get your water intake in. If you want to know more about my mom fuel that I drink every day, which is truly unbelievably incredible as she steals my water, let me know. Post 5 in the comments. I just got some more in the mail because I'm going through them like crazy. And so I do different trial packs just for you to try a variety of flavors to give it a shot to see what you think. So post 5 in the comments. I'd love to chat with you more about it. I hope you guys have an incredible day. And that's it. So, and then I'll come back because I can't read all of your questions. So I'll come back and answer all of your questions later this afternoon. So I hope you have a great day. We'll talk to you later.